What's up guys, welcome back, and in this video I'd like to fix some bugs that have made their way into our application. Shoutouts to one of my subscribers, John, who found a few of them and let me know. I've went ahead and added them as issues in the GitHub repo, so let's take a look at them. So let's start with this one here. Subtotal and total can be a negative number. So yeah, if a price of a product is less than a fixed value coupon, then you can have negative numbers as totals. Let's go ahead and reproduce that over here in our app. So I went ahead and made one of the prices really low. So I made this laptop $5, and we have a fixed value coupon that is $30. And if we add that here, ABC123 is the fixed value coupon, you'll see that we have negative $25 here, which is not ideal. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix this one. It's not too difficult. If we go to our checkout controller, if you remember, this is where we're recalculating everything after we submit a coupon. And I made this private method called getNumbers, which calculates everything we need. So right here, where we have this new subtotal, all we have to do is check if it's less than 0, and if it is, just set it to 0. So if new subtotal is less than 0, then we can just set it to 0. And that should fix it. Let's see if that works. And let me just remove this and try it again. ABC123, apply, and now we have 0. Obviously this is probably not going to happen in your own app because the website owner should never add prices that low, but it should still behave correctly. And let's see if it still works if we add another product. So let me just add this camera, continue, and that is correct. Cool. Let me just commit this so we can close the issue. So I'm just going to add everything. I actually have an alias. GA is just git add. And I have another one for GC, which is git commit. So GC minus M, part 25, I think this is. And pro tip, if you reference the issue number, you can actually close it directly from within your commit message. So the issue number is 8. So fix number 8. Don't allow negative totals in checkout. Okay, and if I push that, you'll see it automatically closes right here. Cool. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. So percent off coupons are not recalculated after cart is updated. So yeah, let's go ahead and reproduce this one. Okay, so let me just remove this, and let me just remove these items. And start from, actually, we'll start from scratch. Okay, so let's add an item. Now let's add a percent off coupon. I have one, the EF456 is 50% off. Okay, this is correct. However, if we go back and add another item, so let's add tablet 3, then our discount is not updated. So as you can see, the discount only applies for this. It should be 50% off the entire subtotal, this subtotal, but it is not working. So let's go through what's going on here. So when we add a coupon initially, let's go to our coupons controller. We're setting a session variable for the coupon name and the coupon discount. However, this only gets called once when we first initially add the coupon. So when we go back and update the cart with new products, or if we update the quantity, or if we remove products, then this discount is never updated. So we need a way to listen in on those events. So those three events that I mentioned, when we add something to the cart, when we update the cart, and when we remove something to the cart, we need to run this again and add an updated version of the coupon in our session variable. So luckily for us, the shopping cart package actually comes with events. And these three that I mentioned are the ones that we need. So we can listen in on these events and we can update our session variable accordingly when these events happen. So these are the names of the events: cart.added, cart.updated, and cart.removed. So let's go back into our code. If we go into our event service provider, and here is where we can listen in on events. So let's add one for all of those three cases, and we'll be doing the same thing for all of those three, just updating the session variable. So bear with me. I'm going to make this in a sec. Cart updated listener is the code will be running once this event fires. Let me just make an event listener for each event. So cart added, updated, and what was the other one? Removed? Yeah, removed. Okay, so let's make a new listener. PHP artisan make listener, what did I call it? Cart updated listener. Cart updated listener. Okay, so it should be somewhere in here. App, it's right there, listeners. Cart updated listener. So every time one of those events happens, this code in this handle method will run. Let's just make sure it works. Event was fired. So go back here. If I add one, that should fire. And we should see that die and dump. And there it is. So we know that's working. And the same case for updating. You won't see it for updating because we're doing an AJAX request, but know that it catches that event as well. And for removing, it should work as well. So let's remove this one, and cool. Okay. So let's go back into our code, and let's go back to our coupons controller. And let me just grab all of this, and we'll go back to our event listener, and let me just paste this in. Okay, we don't need this part because that's handled in the controller. And we can't get it from the request because we might not have that request. But there's a possibility that it might be in the session. So just bear with me. We'll make a variable called coupon code. Let's name it coupon name actually. Coupon name. And then we'll grab that from the session. So session get coupon, and this is an array. And let's grab the name key. So now, if the coupon exists, so if coupon name, then we can go ahead and grab all this and put it in there. So this piece of code right here is going to update the session variable we have, and it's going to update the discount based on this new cart subtotal. So let's go ahead and see if that works. Okay, so let's see what I have in here. Let's just start from scratch and remove both. Okay, I have to import. Import this. Okay, and I think that's all. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's just go back, remove, and I have to import that in our listeners. Wait, the cart, right? Cart, leave it to the facade. Okay. Okay, cool. That's gone now. Alright, so let's start from scratch. Let's add some products. Let's add an appliance. Guest. Okay, it's already in there. Let's just remove it and add it again to make sure it works. DEF 456. And this is half of that, so that works. Let's see if this updates when we add a new product. So let's add a new product, tablet 3, add to cart, proceed to checkout, continue as guest, and yep, that is now working. So 2289.43 divided by 2 is 11. Yep, that is correct. So let's take a look at the other cases. So removing and updating. So let's try updating first. So if we go back to our cart and we update this to 2, okay, let's go to checkout, guest. This should be half of this, and it is. Cool. And let's check if remove works. Back to cart. Let's remove all of these, and it should update. And it does. Okay, cool. I'd like to do some slight code cleanup here. If you look at our listener, we have this session code over here, which is repeated in our coupons controller right here. So these two are repeated, and I sort of want to encapsulate this into a class or of some sort. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make use of jobs. So let's go ahead and do that. So PHP artisan make job. So what is this doing? This is updating the coupon. So let's call the job update coupon. Update coupon. Okay, and here it is right here. And I'm just going to copy this and go to our update coupon. And what do we need to pass in here? We need a coupon. So let's go ahead and pass that in. Let's use this handy Sublime snippet. So it's called coupon. Okay, and I'm going to type into here coupon and get rid of this line. Import this. I'm going to move this down actually. Cool. And it's imported. Alright. And now I can just paste that bit of code where we update the session. But instead of this, we can use this coupon. And same with this. And let's make sure to import the cart here. Okay, it's right there. And now we can dispatch our job. Now there are a few ways to do this. The most basic way is to use this facade update coupon dispatch like that. But I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to use the dispatch now Laravel helper. And the only reason I'm doing this is because we want this job to happen synchronously. And it doesn't really matter if you just use the normal way of dispatching, it will still work because we're not using queues. But if you want this to happen synchronously and not asynchronously. So this is the way you do it. So dispatch now, new update coupon, and pass in the coupon. And then we no longer need this. Just get rid of this. And let's copy this. Let's go back to our coupons controller. Actually, we no longer need the cart here since that's now in the job. So coupons controller, don't need the cart as well because I'm gonna dispatch the job here too. And with any luck, if we did that correctly, again, I'm gonna test it from scratch. Okay, so we have one. Let's add a discount. I did not import it. Okay. And did I do it in my listener as well? I did not. There you go. Okay. Okay. One more time. DEF456. Okay, so that's half of that. Let's add something else. And it works. Cool. Let me just update the quantity to double check. Okay. And yep, looks like it's working. Cool. Okay, so let's commit that change as well. So let me just check the status. Okay, git add, git commit. Actually, let's go back. Number 9, I think. So recalculate totals after cart is updated. Okay, push. Cool, this should finish. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the third one. So checkout form inputs are not preserved when submitting coupon code. Okay, so let me just show you what I mean here. This is just when we start adding stuff here. Actually, you have to remove the coupon, sorry. So yeah, exactly that case. We added stuff here and we realize there's a coupon. We add one. It doesn't matter if it's working or not. This input is going to disappear and we don't want that. See, it's gone here. The coupon's applied, but all of this stuff you typed in is gone. So the problem here is these are two separate forms and they both have their own request, and there isn't an easy way to communicate the requests between these two forms. So one possible solution is to use Ajax here. So we're not doing a full page refresh and the user's details entered here will not disappear because we're using Ajax. But then if we use Ajax, we have to update all of these, including everything in the cart, which if I was making a single page app, you'd have to do anyways, and there's probably a way of managing state. But in our case, I think that's too much work and I don't want to go that route. Another possible fix is to use maybe some JavaScript magic to maybe put like hidden fields here on this form that kind of coincide with the fields here. And then if you submit this, the old input remains here. That to me feels a bit hacky. So the third possible solution is to move this logic for adding a coupon code into the cart. If it's here, there's no other form that interferes with everything, and we should be good to go. I've actually moved the coupon code back and forth between the cart and the checkout page like 3 or 4 times. I didn't really put too much thought into it. I just found one article, and that article said put it in the checkout, and I just put it in the checkout. But now that I think of it, in our case, in the way we have everything set up in terms of UX, I think it's better to put it here. And I'm not just saying that so we can fix our issue. So let me show you the case where it makes sense. So here is the case where it makes sense. We have a discount. Let's add this 50% off. So right now the total is this 2025.40. But if you go back to the cart, it's a different total that shows because the coupon is not applied on this page. If we put it to this page, then it will be consistent on both pages, which makes sense to me. So let's go ahead and move everything to this page. Okay, so if I go into the checkout view, let's go into there. So it should be, let's remove this for a sec. Have a code. Let's look for that. Have a code. Okay, I'm going to grab all of this. So right here. I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to go to our cart.blade. And where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it probably just underneath here. So right above shipping is free. So shipping is free. Okay, so right here. There's probably some CSS we have to change. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay, yeah, it looks horrible. Let's see. Oops. Checkout. Let me just put this back for a sec, just so I can see where it is in the CSS. Just inspect. Let me make this bigger for you guys. So checkout section have code. So yeah, it's within a page. Resources, assets, SAS, pages, checkout. What was it called? Have code. Have code. So yeah, these two, have code and have code container. So let's move this into the cart page. So grab this. Actually, let me run my watcher. npm run watch. So I can watch for SAS changes. Okay. Let me just go back there. Okay, I moved it from there. So now let's put it in the cart. SAS. Let's put it anywhere here. Let's put it at the end. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, let's go into our cart. Okay, there it is. Let's make it not full width. So have code container, let's do width 50. Okay, and let's put it to the right. So margin left auto should work. Cool. And this should go there too, actually. I think text align would work here. Text align right. Okay, it did. And let's see if this still works. So DEF 456. And it does, and it disappears once you have it there. Awesome. Now we have to add the discount in here somewhere, just like we have in the checkout. So we have these two new sections. So the discount and the remove button. We'll remove the remove button from here after we have it working on the cart page. And then the new subtotal. We have to put it in our cart page. Okay, so back to our checkout blade right here. I'm gonna grab these two. So checkout totals left and checkout totals right. And we'll just copy this and make sure it works in our cart view. So right here. I don't know what this stuff is. Let's remove that. We don't need that. Okay, where is it? Right here. So we have to add discount and new subtotal. And same right here. Okay, cool. Just gonna paste this in and it's gonna comment it out. Okay. So if you look at our checkout, we're referring to these new variables called discount, new subtotal, new tax, and new total. And if you look at our checkout controller, remember I had this private method, but now we need this within our cart controller. We still want it here because once we're on the checkout, we still want those values to show. So we need it in both controllers. We need it in the cart controller and we need it in the checkout controller. So how are we going to share that logic? So there's a few ways to do this. You can use traits, or the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to put it in our helpers file. So let me just grab this, comment it out, I'll delete it later, make sure I copied it. Okay, and now I'm going to go to my helpers and I'm going to put it in here. And now we can't have private because it's just a normal PHP file. So let's remove private. And all of these values are global, so it should still work. Like session is global, this facade is global, so it should still work. We just have to change how we're calling it here. Let me just remove this now actually. So everywhere here, we don't call this get numbers, we just call get numbers now, and that should automatically pull from the helpers file. Let me just grab all this and just change it to remove the this, and that should work. See if the checkout controller still works, and it does. These values are still working. Cool. So let's go back to our cart and make it work. There. Let me just make this a bit wider because I know I'm going to need some more space here. So cart totals right, say maybe 35. Yeah, 35 is good. So cart totals right, 35%. Cart totals right, cart totals right, 35%. Okay. Okay. Okay, so back to our cart. Okay, so here, after the subtotal, what am I doing? We want to add a discount section and a remove button section. So let's go ahead and do that. Just copy this. So after subtotal, just re-indent this. And let's see how this looks. See if it works. And it does. Let's add the other sections on the right side as well. And let me remove this colon. Remove this colon. Let's add the other two on the right side. So this. So after the subtotal, so after here, let's add this. Let's indent that. Okay, see how that looks? Oops. Okay, so here, we don't have these variables in our cart, so we have to pass them in. So just like how we pass them in our checkout controller right here, all of this, we need these as well. So let me grab this. Let's go to our cart controller, and right here, let's pass them in as well. So I have to use an array now, and this has to be an arrow. Cool, and let's pass in that other stuff. There you go. And now that should work. There you go. It's just a bit off in terms of formatting. Let's make it a bit wider than 35. Let's see, let's make it 40. Okay, that did nothing. Let's add another line break before the horizontal rule. So back to your cart. Right here. Let's add another one. See if that fixes it. Somewhat. There you go. I just made it larger. Let's change this to code so it's not as wide. Okay, and now let's get rid of that extra BR. See if that works. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. Actually, let's put this on its own line. Anyways, don't worry about formatting for now. I'm just gonna make sure that these values are correct. Okay, so yeah, we can see that the code works. So if we remove it, does this work? Okay, it does. And if we add it, we change the quantity. Yep, so that works. Cool. Okay, cool. I just had an extra line break and everything's lining up now, so everything looks good. We've moved the coupon logic into the cart. Remove this. There it is, and we can now remove this. Oh yeah, I forgot to take that out. So let's go back to our checkout. We no longer need we don't need all of this. And over here where we have the remove, let's see, where is it? Yeah, we don't need this as well. Okay, so one final check. It's gone. Cart. Okay, let's add that. Cool, we can remove it. We can add a new one. We can change the quantity, and that updates. Change the quantity again. Total should be 9,803. See if the checkout still works. It doesn't. 456. 490180. Oh, I forgot to update our variables. So in our cart, yeah, this right here shouldn't be cart total. It should be that new variable coming in called new total. And now that should work. There you go. 490180 should be the same here. It is cool. 867576. Yeah, should work. Yep. Cool. Should have spotted that earlier. Sorry about that. So there you have it, guys. We've managed to fix a few bugs in our application. So a lot of you guys have been asking if I'll be continuing the series. I will, but it won't be as frequent as it was in the past. I've really enjoyed this project, but wanted to take a break and explore other things that I'm currently learning. There's still a lot of features and topics I want to take a look at, so definitely stay tuned in the future. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Okay, thanks. Bye.